Okay, you are listening to Let's Go JoJo, the weekly JoJo's Bizarre Adventure podcast from Dynamite in the Brain and Secret of the Sailor Badness. On today's show, we have Niall Flanagan.
Hello.
Anthony Askew.
Hello.
Dwayne Maloney.
Hello.
And me, Brian Smith. This week's episode... He goes to look it up. Bastet's Mariah, Part 1. But before that... The weekly JoJo's news. I completely thrown myself off there by not pasting in the title.
Friday the 13th! I thought it's gone wrong.
Oh, no.
Think about it.
Also, all these magnetic items are sticking to me. Anyway, the weekly JoJo's news. First up, on February 21st, they will be doing their 7th JoJo's premiere event at Toho Cinemas in Kyoto. This time it will be the voice of Iggy. Will be there, and they'll be showing episode 31 and premiering episode 32. And JoJo's has been restored to its rightful place at the top of the Torn rankings. Everything's right in the world again.
Well, something's going right today.
So every month now, expect that bit of news to turn up again. There was loads of JoJo's merchandise at Wonder Festival, the winter version of it. Some exclusive to then there and some coming out later. They got an Oingo Boingo statue coming out. And the exclusive thing to there, which I was really interested in, was a Sukajan jacket. You know, those silk jackets with...
Sukajan?
But there's one there it was like a purple jacket with white sleeves and Star Platinum's tarot card on the back.
I don't know what kind of coat you're talking about.
Sounds like
one of those.
Yeah, sounds like super gaudy, but
yes, it is.
in a strange way, kind of appealing as well.
I shall link to a picture in the show notes, and I'll link to it for you guys to look at now.
Is it for sale as we speak? Could I pick it up for?
No, I just told you it was exclusive at the Wonder Festival.
But people might be selling this.
They may be on eBay. I saw some of I think there was some statues exclusive, which people have been putting on eBay.
Let's see this. Ooh.
It's a bit too tacky.
That's what's great about it.
What's more tacky than Star Platinum? His name is tacky enough.
I don't know, man. We should all try and get one and start our own gang.
But that model is awesome, though.
I do have the Hanged Man one.
Yeah, the Hanged Man's beast. Oh, Caesar as well.
I think they're really missing the trick. They should have, those stickers you can put on glass, and they should get one of those of the Hangman, so you can put it in windows and mirrors and shit. It would be amazing.
On the Oingo Boingo one, I think it's on a different article, which I shall also link.
It's good.
Which is pretty good, because it's got the pair of them together in a very Oingo Boingo-ish like pose. With the little one hanging on his big brother's leg.
I was going to say, it's not done in the style of the comic, is it?
No, I mean, that would be even better.
But the guy has something ready, for the next limited edition festival thing. You can keep pumping those things out.
It looks like a pretty good model.
It does, yeah. The Oingo Boingo one does.
It's pretty good.
Man, I'm seeing the Iggy one there. Do you think he made Iggy because he was just like, people were like, you only ever draw muscly dudes. What's up with that? And he's like, I'll show you.
I'll draw a muscly dog.
It just looks so out of place among all these other figures. It's wonderful.
The new update to All-Star Battle adds an arcade mode and adjusts the balance of the game, apparently.
I expect it would have an arcade mode.
Apparently not. These articles I found saying arcade mode added.
Oh, thank God.
Probably add like a story mode where you play through the story of the comic. Or something like that.
And finally, someone did some research on what the most popular shows were of the new season on Nico Nico and Pixiv. And JoJo's was the third most popular of fan-produced items on Nico Nico. And it was the fourth on Pixiv.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guess what the most popular one was?
Yokai Watch.
Yokai Watch? Can call.
Yes, I said new anime. Yes, can call. You are correct. Second?
What was new? I'm gonna guess, and I'll go out on a limb and say, lesbian bear storm.
No.
Ah.
No one really likes that.
I like
Great title, though.
I know, but I mean, not enough people to write lots of fan art about it. It's not the sort of thing generating fan art. No, Idolmaster Cinderella Girls, of course. And the other one was the new season of Kuroko's Basketball.
Oh, of course.
That's hardly new, though. Yeah.
Well, JoJo's is hardly new.
Ongoing, I suppose.
They both had a break between seasons. And that's it for JoJo's news, unless anyone's got anything else.
Dry as a bone.
Okay, right. The one thing we forgot to do before we started recording was to decide who was going to do the synopsis.
Well, Dwayne messaged me saying he really wanted to do it.
You messaged me saying you have to do it.
Well, because I wasn't I need to be mentally prepared.
I think I can do it.
I know
unless
you
it's someone
can do
else's
it,
turn, is it?
Well, there's no turns. I just know it's not my turn,
Oh,
because I did it last week.
unless someone else wants to do it. That's the thing.
I feel like I haven't done it in a while, so I can do it if you want.
You can do it now, because you were, we didn't want you to do it because you sounded like you were in an echo chamber for a while, but now you sound great.
I don't mind.
I'm in a soundproof booth now. I'm holding slow.
We avoided the noose, Dwayne. We're going to survive for another week.
Okay. Listen to me, okay. Right. Well, before we get into the episode proper, we gotta check in on our old buddy Kakyoin. He's recuperating in hospital from his eye injuries. And he's like, okay, tell me straight, Doc. Am I going to be recovering after soon? Doctor's all like, I don't know. You had your eye slashed out, so who knows? Could be weeks, months. You may never see again. Just joking. Just be back in the explanation here with their badass doctors. We'll be out of here in no time. I was like, thanks, Doc. God. Well,
That guy, he needs to file a complaint against that doctor.
Yeah,
that's not good practice.
The nurse was going along with it. She looked very concerned.
It's bad news.
Highly unprofessional.
Yeah. It's like, I'm afraid you're going to have cancer. Only joking.
That's your horoscope, right? Cancer? Gotcha. This caused Kakyoin to think about, thanks for the hookup, Joseph. Wonder how the guys are doing in Egypt right now. And, in a kind of, reverse turn of events, and now at the time it's Joseph having the toilet trouble when he encounters, the way they go to the bathroom in the middle of the desert, they just kind of just poop in the sand, and, the desert winds will blow it away for you. And Joseph's having none of that. Just forget about that. I'll just hold it in when we get to the hotel. But not before he investigates an electrical outlet on a rock. And he's thinking, this is strange. This is strange. I wonder what this is all about. Not even thinking for a second that anything strange or otherwise out of the ordinary is usually trouble. Usually enemy stand user trouble. But also, it's an electrical outlet, and what does one do with that? I don't know. You stick your finger right in it, you can't electrocute it. And he's like, oh, wow, I guess there's some charge running to that after all. Well, let's get out of here. Jesus, I'm glad that that's over. And so they, make their way to their hotel, and,
No, they stop off for some Coca-Colas.
Stop off some Coca-Colas, planning our next move, and maybe we should, have a little break before we get to Cairo. No, if we just, steel ourselves for the inevitable onslaught of Dio and his minions. And, the radio is all funny, and, the cafe was like, well, this is really weird, I spot this radio, it's made in Japan, so you know it's good. They have Coca-Colas, and the bollockets are sticking to them, this is really, really, really odd. Anyways, they go to the hotel, and, Joseph goes down for, a nap, or is it no, it's next day, actually, didn't it? And it's like, wow, what are you doing, Joseph? You turned, all the way around in your sleep. That's really weird. You were facing, your head with your top of the bed. Now you turn all the way around your head and you're facing the bottom of it. That's really weird. Anyways, get up, we gotta go get some breakfast now, okay? Hey, Joseph is, gets dressed and goes out into the corridor. And it's like, oh, some nice ladies here. I'll just bid them good day, tip my hat to them. But something weird happens. The scripts slip up all over by themselves. It's like, oh, what are you doing, you dirty old man? He gets punched in the face. Happens again with this nice old lady. She's on the hallway. Again, script flips of its own accord. She's all like, oh, how forward. You silver fox, you. You're just my type. Joseph's out there like a flash, and he manages to escape to the escalator, being pursued by knives and forks are flying off the breakfast carts all by themselves. And the cops, oh, that thing yesterday, obviously my boy's been turned into a magnet. I gotta get away and sort this out. There must be some stand users after me. He gets as far as the escalator, gets stuck to the escalator, which also then, is entwined in the kind of beads and necklaces of a woman who was also on the escalator with him. He's like, hey lady, help me out here. I'm gonna get strangled. Could help somebody. And she's like, ha ha ha. Sorry, Joseph Joestar, it's me, Mariah. And you're gonna die. I'm gonna go under the escalator and I'm gonna try to totally kill you. He's like, oh no! What am I gonna do? And Joseph's freaking out. I can't reach the emerge stop button with my hermit purple. I'm gonna get killed. But it stops just in time. But he's still wigging out. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go under the escalator. I'm gonna be chopped to pieces. Oh, who thought I was gonna die this way? Make an incredible scene. After I was coming off and saying, Joseph, Joe, calm down. It's fine. I pressed stop button. You're causing a scene. And Joseph, he's pretty cool. He's quick on the button there. He's like, this escalator is just fine. My inspection is complete. If you were at a hotel, here's signed here, please. And it was like, it also spot Mariah making an escape. It's like, hey, after all, that's a lady. We gotta track her down. She's an enemy stand user. But after all, it's also exhibiting some kind of strange behavior happening to him as well. It's like, oh, something's kind of clinging to him as well. Mariah escapes into the ladies' bathroom, and the two boys are adding in passive, and ladies' bathroom. Well, I know it's the ladies' bathroom, and we're proper men, but we gotta do it. We gotta ignore our protocol and let's go straight in. And they get down on hands and knees and start looking under the stalls, because the one thing that Joseph remembered from his assailant's description was she had legs to die for. She had some really kicking games. And so they're peering under the bottoms of each bathroom stall trying to figure out which of these ladies is the enemy stand user. Leading to much more misunderstandings and cause of being perverts. And Avdol is very, very tense and affected by the whole thing. He's like, oh, this is a complete role reversal. Usually it's part of having all the battle trouble. Now it's us. Oh, what's this shit? They managed to escape out into the street after jumping out through the window. And they're pursuing Mariah again. And the magnetic attraction that's been put on Joseph is growing stronger and stronger. And wouldn't you know it, Avdol, who's supposed to be the smart one in the group, or really second smartest, he put his finger in the electrical socket as well when he was pressing the escape stop button on the escalator. And now he's also magnetized. And now they're clinging to each other, because they're both like magnets stuck to each other. And they're in a riot also. It's like Mariah's going, you guys are totally gonna die. You're just gonna get crushed by metal stuff all the time, and I'm gonna totally win. And what are we gonna do? To be continued.
Yep, that's pretty much it. To be fair, though, to Avdol, it was a much more sensible place to find a socket. And it shocked him as he was touching the button rather than him going, what's this socket? Let me prod it with my finger.
Yeah, see, initially I thought she had some illusion power and her stand looked like a socket, but her stand is just an electrical socket.
Yep.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Do you think that's playing off the idea that sockets, you could try and see a face in them?
I suppose it could be.
I've never thought of it like that, but perhaps.
Okay. Well, that's one way of looking at it. Well, do you see a cat's face in there? Because the stand is the character's, is the image of Bastet, the Egyptian god of cats. And I'm not seeing a cat face in the natural socket, are you guys?
I
think that's just the card that she drew. There's nothing to do with her stand.
Curiosity has killed the cat, you say. That's the...
I'm beginning to think this whole, not assuming that anything weird you see is the stand user is it like a commentary on tourism? Cause you're out far and you don't know the local customs and everyone's behaving weirdly and they all have odd things going on. It's so if you were to do that, you were to assume everyone was a stand user.
But you've got Avdol with you. A man.
Yeah, I know. Avdol's from Egypt. So he probably is Avdol, why is there an electric socket in a rock? He's like, that's stupid. There's no such thing as an electrical socket in a rock. Oh, it's a stand. No one talks about it. They gotta open up to each other more these days.
Well, it's because he had toilet embarrassment for not being able to go in the, sand toilet.
But when he's in the hotel and the door knocks him in the head and the chair keeps rolling and hitting him in the arse, it's like, oh, it must have been built on a slope. It's like, no, it's a stand user. When anything weird is happening, it's a stand user. I would have assumed that pig in the toilet earlier on was a freaking stand user. Just assume it's a stand user and kill it.
Early onset senility. I believe Araki has said even though Joseph isn't in any of the parts past 4,
Oh,
that
Brian.
he is still alive and he is senile.
Oh, wow.
He does, like, overreact, or maybe he just reacts, like, 10 times more than anybody else does. It's like, this toilet is gross. Oh my god!
It is gross, but... Ugh,
I did not see an animation of a shit dissolving in a wind.
and what's worse, that was some of the best animation in the first half of this episode.
Dissolving
that was some guy's job.
The budget on it.
Some guy actually researched that, just like watching hours of video of sand, of dissolving poo in the desert. To get it just right, hyper-realistic.
Why did he bring Ziggy into the toilet with him? Or I suppose Ziggy just walked underneath the stall? Oh.
Someone else will answer it, I think. Maybe it's a Speedwagon.
Don't touch it. It might be an enemy stand user.
Yeah, exactly.
Answer the phone.
Somebody else got it. It's good.
But
carry on, Dwayne, or whoever was speaking. I apologize.
Well, I'm going to jump in now because at the start you get in the history of this particular area and that
tourism section.
Yeah. But while that's happening, you've also got the disclaimer on the screen saying none of the locations and places are real. No, so they are really real. That's exactly the point of this bit of the speech.
Egypt is like an amazing fantasy land in far, far away.
Well, I guess they're real, but they don't contain enemy stand users, and the electrical sockets are probably perfectly functional. Just don't trust ones that are on random rocks in the desert.
Yeah.
Just be sensible about yourself.
Well, maybe like, all records of the year 987 as pertains to Egypt, were erased, and so this could be, a very fanciful, like, reconstruction of what may have happened there. No one can prove it. There's no records on
that. Man. Oh, the bit I somehow didn't see coming was when they were passing the carpenter on the road, just some dude in the middle of the desert making a box.
That guy.
Oh god, that's
just making a box. And somehow I didn't see the friggin' nails going through his cheek. I didn't figure that was going to happen.
It was censored out, so.
Yeah.
That's how you didn't see it.
I did see it, but yeah, I didn't see it coming. I thought that was pretty cool. And just the lads going like, hey, watch it with your hammer. Why would you not assume he's an enemy stand user who's thrown a hammer?
Exactly.
This is my stand.
Maybe I'm over panicky, but just assume everything's stand users. It's safer that way.
This is my stand. It's the god Thor. There's a hammer Mjolnir here. Have at. Hua!
No, it has to be Egyptian themed. That's the next arc, maybe.
I was going to say, particularly when last stand they fought was
a sword,
a flying sword.
So a flying hammer is not out of the realms of possibility.
Yeah, they're thinking, it's this old trick again. I'm not going to fall for it twice.
Yeah, this episode was really good for comedy. I was kind of surprised. And when Joseph was flailing about on the escalator, actually his hand got mangled pretty bad. That was like, ooh.
It's fine.
It's fine. His glove isn't even damaged.
Not even like his mechanical hand, which also got busted up, but I know his other good hand. It's getting all like broken and things.
Let's just also say that you managed to sleep through the night with drawing pins and Coke bottle caps.
Yeah. How many Cokes does he go through a day?
He's thick-bodied. Can thicken the head, clearly. But I've never laughed so hard of him overreacting on the escalator, thinking he's going to cut his head off, and
that was brilliant.
That was the funniest
Grandpa's
moment.
fall down the stairs. Hey, it's okay, Grandpa, we're here now. And everyone in the hotel just going like, the fuck?
Just a quick in the draw and then, this, it's like,
I'll pretend that I meant to do that, yeah.
It's like, simulation is fine, especially is fine. Okay, the escalator button stop button works. Okay.
Hey there, Avdol, my friend who I've never met before. You work in the hotel. Please sign this book. And Avdol's like, what the fuck are you talking about, Joseph?
Let's get out of here.
But Avdol's going like, ahem, Mr. Joestar, ahem.
Yeah, his really obvious cough.
Yeah.
And Avdol's reaction to having to perv in the bathroom is wonderful. He's just like, I'm cool. I'm a cool dude. This is not what I do.
The episode picks up once Avdol shows up, both in terms of how it moves and also the fact the animation gets a lot better. Because the animation is really bad in the first half of this episode.
Yeah, I'd say they were saving it for the extreme reactions and shit later on.
And blushing Joseph as we get. But we were right, it's very carry on once Avdol shows up.
Yeah. Catching statues by their boobs and...
Yes.
Oh, matron.
And the thing of them running together, that was freaking amazing. It's like, oh, don't watch out for electrical sockets. They're stands. He's like, oh, I did touch one. And then they're just trying to run like a 3-legged race thing, which doesn't last very long.
Joseph's like, you did what? How could you? It's like, well, it's like you went for you fell for a way dumber trick before, Joseph. So I think you have no ground to stand on here regarding who is dumb for sticking their finger in an electrical socket. Okay.
Yeah, I think Bastet is like, again, not a very good stand power, but it's really useful against idiots.
It's all how you use it.
So is that legit all she can do?
Cause you to become a magnet?
At the moment that
Seemingly,
we're aware of.
unless there's something else to it. I haven't looked it up, so I kind of want to be
She turned
surprised.
into a magnet, and like, no, that's pretty good by itself, but just the way you have to, like, utilize that, it's pretty arcane. Like, you gotta, like, throw up with a pretty good ruse to, make your opponent fall for it. But it's easy with Joseph because he'll just, hey, what's this thing?
I'll
What's
just
it all
touch
about?
it with my metal hand.
Yeah, she had to be a bit more wide with Avdol because she knew that he would go for the emergency stop button to save Joseph. So let's leave it for this one right here and nab him as he goes for it.
Also, it was the thing of Joseph, he seemed to be competent for a moment in this episode. It's like, I'll just use Hermit Purple to hit the emergency stop. And he's trying to hit it and it's like, it's not there. And it's like, it's a few inches to the right there, Joseph. Just go over a little bit.
Just keep a little more.
Don't give up.
No,
Not screaming.
that's as far as Hermit Purple can reach.
Yeah. If it's not exactly where he expects it to be, then it can't be anywhere else.
So he just panics.
Usually in America, it's here on the escalator, but it's not. I hate Egypt. I hate foreign countries.
Yeah, I don't suppose Hammond works against escalators anyway, so, there's not really much else he can do.
Couldn't he just have reached, like, through, like, the escalator, because it's just like an ethereal vines, you're not really kind of bound by the physical
he can grab things, but...
We need to be able to see it as well, which, he can't see. So... But he nearly died.
Well, yes, we'll wait out next week how they're going to get out of the fact they're stuck to each other.
Are they like that for the rest of the series?
That would be amazing. An increasingly bizarre explanation as to why those two men are so close.
I do. My favourite bit of this episode is the fact that Polnareff's toilet problems have clearly become an in-joke to those characters as much as it has to us watching it, and presumably when people are reading it.
The bit with Polnareff going like, oh man, that hotel had really nice toilets too. He was actually wistfully going like, they were lovely toilets, weren't they? No pig heads, no stand users, wonderful.
So just even at the start, when where's Joseph gone to? Oh, he's gone to the bathroom. Do you need to go, Polnareff?
He's kind of like,
no, I think I'm okay.
So would you say best comedy thing so far, or?
What, no,
I know that's a high.
Oingo Boingo is pretty good.
I still think
Oingo Boingo has set the bar quite high.
Is the best comedy with Joseph so far?
Looking back, I think probably is.
Seeing him screaming on that escalator that's made my weekend.
I think it's like Brian says, once Avdol comes in as kind of a straight man, it works pretty good. How long did it take Joseph to figure out that it's magnets? It's like, forks and knives stick to my hand. I've become magnetic. That must mean that, he's like, oh my god, just freaking get your shit together, Joseph.
This guy's the cunning? It's supposed to be the cunning one? I'm not really believing it.
No, see, he's so stupid, you don't expect him to come up with a plan. And that's why he catches you, because he's so stupid you underestimate him. But he actually is stupid, is the thing.
And the voice of Mariah is Ayahi
Takagaki.
Yeah.
What's she done?
Lots of things that I've not seen many of. You'll know her though, Anthony, because she's
Sword Art Online?
Sword Art Online, yes. She's Lizbeth.
Lizbeth?
Rika Shinozaki.
Lizbeth SAO. Let's Google her. She's a very low-key character.
She's also Henrietta in Log Horizon. She's two-timing you on the other
You haven't
MMA
worked.
show.
What she's known for.
What I know her from is she's Erica in Do Ra 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 Ra, who's the lady nerd of the nerds who drive around in the van.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at the stats. I thought they were kind of funny for the plug, for the socket, I should say. It's just like, yeah, it's pretty crap. It's not a very good stand. Its durability is A though, because I guess it's a wall socket. You know, not really much to go wrong there.
It's got no stat and speed. It's the socket.
Because it's a fixture. It's a fixture in a house.
Yeah.
But these are super tough stands. Polnareff says they're only just managing to beat them.
That's true.
Let's take a holiday for 2 days. I'm sure Holly can manage. It's fine.
No. It's cause now that they have all this combat data on the Star Wars Crusaders now, and we know their main weakness is that they're all stupid, so we're going to prey on their idiocy.
Joe Tarros seems to be street smart. He hasn't done. I don't think we've seen him do anything stupid yet.
I'm pretty sure he's done a few stupid things, but because he shuts his mouth, he doesn't sound as stupid. You know?
It's better to be quiet and believe you're a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt.
That's it, exactly.
Anything else to say?
Not the best episode yet.
No.
One of. Very good.
It's a game of two halves, though, come on.
Yeah, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, and I'll see it till next week, I think.
Do you think it's going to get more comedy or more fighty? Because I really hope more comedy.
Well, the attraction, the power of the attraction just gets stronger and stronger, sort of pulling dustbins and shit onto each other. So they're just kind of eventually could be stumbling around with a pile of metallic debris on top of themselves and trying to cope with a plan to defeat Mariah. So I look forward to that.
Yeah, I was wondering, the ideal way would be them to start using the magnetism against her. By trying to attract things at her. Get her in between a large, heavy metal object and themselves.
Well, they're far off, right?
Another thing would be, do you think this is from any horror movie? Because I can't really place it.
No, I can't think of any either.
No.
The only thing I could think of is what's the Ernest one where he gains magneto powers? Ernest goes to jail or something?
Jail?
I think it's that one.
I'm not familiar with the Ernest canon.
That's the only thing I could think of. Because I think he gets magnetism powers from getting electrocuted in that movie. I watched it when I was a kid. I barely remember it.
Ernest goes to jail.
Listen, if it was on Netflix, I'd watch it now. But,
Right. Is there any Ernest on Netflix?
It's 1990, so it's about the right time.
Shit, I might have this.
Maybe we outed Iraqi as being a big Ernest fan.
Nice.
Ernest. Nothing else to say on Ernest.
Let's leave it there. As we always do, end on Ernest. And this ends this week's episode of Let's Go JoJo. Be back here next week for Bastet's Mariah Part 2. And in the meantime, check out our regular podcasts at secretofthesalemmadness.blogspot.com and dynamiteinthebrain.com. Goodbye!
Goodbye!
Aloha!
Oh my god!
Camels with the hump, fat girls, thin girls, some a little plump. Slave girls sold here, 50 bob a lump in the old bazaar in Cairo. Brandy, shandy, beer without a froth, braces, laces, a candle for the moth. Bet you'd look a dolly in an old loincloth in the old bazaar in Cairo. You can buy most anything, thimbles, fat cows, a little bit of string. You can purchase anything you wish, a clock, a dish, and something for your Auntie Fanny. Harem, scarum, what do you think of that? Benny, striptease, dancing on the mat. Oompa, oompa. That's enough of that in the old bazaar in Cairo.